Hello everyone, this is a Java Basics tutorial series. In this first episode, we're going to be talking about one of the most basic things in Java, which is variables. If you go by the dictionary definition, a variable is something that can be changed, or is something that is variable is something that changes or can be different from time to time. Basically, a variable in programming is the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and write down the few main types that you're going to use. So the first one is going to be a string. And what a string is it's a collection or a array of characters. Now, a character is anything that is like you have C or O or I. They're little things that you put together to make up words, like public. Those are all characters, but putting them together makes a string. First thing when you're making a variable is we need to know what type of variable you're going to make. So in this case, we're making a string. And then you get to name your variable. So whenever you want to reference this or use this variable, you can give it its name. Say name. So string name. And then we're just going to put a semicolon. Now another variable type is an integer. Now in math, integers are any whole numbers that can be placed on the number line. In Java, it's pretty much the exact same thing. So here, instead of typing out integer all the way, Java has shortened it to int, or int. So anytime that I say int, it probably is going to be integer. So we're going to say int, and then call it age. So this again is the name, you can call this whatever. So it's going to say int age, and then put our semicolon. Then we're also going to have a character. So like we said before, this string is a string of characters. So these characters, you would guess, would be anything like C or semicolon or quotes or like brackets or anything. The next one is a float. And what a float is pretty much a decimal number, height. Now, we have a string for our name, so string of characters. So for example, we have my name, Will, is W-I-L-L. Now if you put these all together, it's going to make, Will. But these are all their own individual characters. Now we have an integer age, and this is any whole number, so basically it could be 5 or 10. And then our decimal could be anything like 1.25 or 7.03 or anything. However, in Java, whenever you're defining the value of a float, you have to put an F at the end to signify that this value is going to be a float. Now, other different types of variables is a short, a double, as we said before, a long. So right now, all of our variables don't have any value to them. But we're going to simply say that our new variable is going to be equal to some value. So in this case, we're going to have a string. String is our type. Name is our name. And then we're going to put an equal sign, so equals, and then double quotes. And Java signifies that this is going to be a string right here. So double quotes is a string, and whatever we put inside of there is going to be what our string is. So, for example, hi world. So that means our new variable here called name, and it's going to be a string. Our string name is equal to hi world. So similarly, if we want to set age to something, we're going to say int age is equal to 10. And our character, we're going to say char c is equal to c. And float height is equal to 5.9. And then add your f. And then a short s, we can say like 10, double d, we could say 5.5, and doubles do not need a d at the end. And then our long L, we can say is a billion. All of these now are going to be equal to these different values that we've set here. This is all great and fancy and, useful and everything. We can make some variables. But what can we actually do with them? We need something to do with them or to use them and everything. So we're going to make a string. We're going to say string output. And then we want to set this equal to something. So we're going to say equal sign. And then our double quotes. Hello world. And we're going to put our semicolon at the end. So we're going to say system.out.println output. So if we run this code, it's going to show hello world. Because the value of output, which we put output in here, so that means it's going to print out the value of output, and the value of output is hello world. So if we wanted to print out this, but we also wanted to print out something else, like say our age, we could say int age is equal to 15. Then we could say system.out.println age, and it's going to print out the value of age, and the value of age is what we defined up here. Now if you didn't want to only define it when we make this variable, we could say just the name of our variable, so age is equal to whatever value, so 10. And we can also say age is equal to age plus 1, or age is equal to age times age. It's basically any type of variable, like you have in algebra, you have a variable, and that is going to be equal to something. So you can do equation-like things like you do in algebra. So variables will start to make more sense as you continue on in Java programming, at least I sure hope it would, but the main part where it starts to make more sense is when you get to objects and classes, because they tie together very closely. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you guys next time.